This is the War Brief Daily for June 3rd, covering the Iran and wider Middle East theater. Day 95 of the 2026 Iran war, and in the last 72 hours, every metric of de-escalation has reversed. Peace talks are suspended. Ballistic missiles have landed in Kuwait. Beirut is under evacuation orders, and a second global choke point is now being threatened. Here are your 4 key updates. First, Iran has formally suspended indirect peace negotiations with the United States. This is confirmed. Announced through Tasnim, the IRGC-affiliated news agency, and corroborated by CNN, DW, and EFE. Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi stated that any ceasefire framework must cover, in his words, all fronts, including Lebanon, without any ambiguity. Parliament Speaker Kalibov went further, warning that the U.S. and Israel will pay a price. Iranian state television declared the probability of the ceasefire ending is high unless Israeli operations in Lebanon stop. Here is the critical distinction. This is a suspension, not a declaration of resumed war. Tehran is applying maximum pressure, pulling the diplomatic track off the table as leverage. President Trump posted on Truth Social that Iran really wants to make a deal. Iran's own statements and battlefield behavior tell a different story. Second, kinetic exchanges in the Hormuz corridor, and Iran fires ballistic missiles into Kuwait. This is confirmed. U.S. Central Command conducted strikes against Iranian radar and drone sites at Garuk and Keshem Island. Confirmed by Washington Post, CNN, and The Guardian, citing CENTCOM directly. Iran's retaliation. Ballistic missiles fired into Kuwait. Kuwait's military confirmed the strike in response to those airstrikes. The crude carrier Olympic Life was also attacked off Oman in this cycle. Understand the Kuwait dimension clearly. Kuwait hosts Camp Arifjan and Ali al-Salam Air Base. Both are U.S. forward military installations. Hitting Kuwait is a direct message to the entire Gulf Cooperation Council and to American forward basing in the region. Meanwhile, CENTCOM has quietly rerouted approximately 70 commercial vessels through alternate Hormuz corridors in recent weeks. The current Hormuz transit rate sits at roughly 26 ships per day. The pre-war baseline was 130 to 160. That strait carries approximately 20% of global daily oil supply, and it remains effectively operating under Iranian threat. Third, Israel's Lebanon campaign deepens and Beirut's southern suburbs are under evacuation orders. This is confirmed. The IDF's Golani Brigade captured Beaufort Castle on June 1st, the deepest Israeli ground advance into Lebanon since the year 2000. Evacuation orders have been issued for the Dahia district, Beirut's southern suburbs. Hezbollah drones remain active across the front. One IDF soldier was killed in the latest reported cycle. Lebanon has now become the explicit deal breaker. Iran's condition for resuming any talks is a complete halt to Israeli military operations in both Lebanon and Gaza. Washington did not initiate this campaign and cannot fully control it, yet the U.S. is being held responsible for Israeli military decisions as a precondition for Iranian negotiation. Fourth, and this one is still emerging, IRGC-affiliated media has issued a threatening warning that Iran and its allies are considering opening new fronts. The strait named specifically Bab al-Mandab, the southern Red Sea choke point connecting the Gulf of Aden to the Suez Canal. Label this clearly: credible threat posture signaling from Tehran, not a confirmed operational order. No launch command has been issued, but consider what it means if it materializes. Hormuz is already running at roughly 16% of pre-war capacity. Adding active Bab al-Mandab interdiction would create a simultaneous dual choke point crisis covering both the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea exit simultaneously, a scenario the global energy market has never faced. Here is what to watch next. Watch for formal IRGC military orders following the talk suspension. Watch for any Gulf state escalation in response to the Kuwait ballistic missile strike. Watch the al-mandab for any operational movement. And watch a separate single-source report from Iran International, currently unconfirmed, alleging that Iranian President Pezeshkian sent a resignation letter citing IRGC control over key government functions. Tehran denies it entirely. If true, it would confirm a dual power structure in Tehran with the elected government effectively sidelined. Single source. Unconfirmed, but significant enough to name. That is your War Brief Daily for June 3rd, Day 95. Stay with us.